Namaste, angels. I wanted to come back and do another video. I mentioned over the weekend in the general reading that yesterday, the 20th, at 1:33 p.m. was going to occur a second Cancer new moon. So that's a fairly rare occurrence for a new moon in one sign to occur more than once in 1 month. The way that the new moon or the moon cycles around every day or a couple of days, sometimes few days, it's like 3 days sometimes, it enters a new sign and a new phase. So for it to come back around and coincidentally be not only new again, but also in the same sign in which it was new at the beginning of the month is sort of special. And that's what occurred this week, yesterday, this year. So we've been seeing a lot of this twinning, right? These twos. I even named one of the videos over the weekend. It might have been that one, the general reading. It comes in twos. No, I think that was the love reading. But we've just been seeing all these twos. Of course, the year is 22, like master number 22 or 1111. And it's just been a lot of duplicate energy, a lot of twin energy, and a lot of Gemini feel. Like even though the new moon was in Cancer, it still feels very Gemini. And I actually think that that might be because this year, 2020, the true North Node is ruled by the sign of Gemini. So I think that that may be why we're experiencing all of this. But it's also very specifically tied to, you know, all the previous celestial events that we've experienced this year, especially the most recent solar eclipse, which was June 21st. So it's a month anniversary, right? Today's July 21st when I'm doing this reading. And that was also in the sign of Cancer. That's when the other moon was, I think, the new moon in Cancer. Yes. And that was also, I was going to say like the first day of Cancer. My cousin would kill me because her birthday is the 21st and don't tell her she's not a Gemini. A lot of people believe that Gemini goes through the 21st. And then on some calendars, you do see it ending on the 20th. In any case, that this moon is very much tied to that one and that solar eclipse that occurred as well in that time. And it was a solar eclipse, meaning that it is also about the energy of newness, whereas full moons and lunar eclipses are about endings. Now, when you say about newness, the thought can be, you know, like happy, happy, joy, joy. And that may be it. I hope that's it for the most part. But it can also be the beginning of a new karmic cycle. And when I say karmic, I don't mean like, you know, karmic in a derogatory way, like, oh, that's the karmic and that's, you know, karmic just means of the universe and containing a lesson that we need to learn. So some sort of phase that we have to complete. It can be difficult sometimes and challenging, you know, or it can be all good. So I wouldn't know. I'm just saying, you know, for anybody, this is a collective reading, you know, but it's a new phase. I can tell you that much. So something else has already completed and now this is a new cycle. So that alone should be positive, or we should look at it in a positive way, that we're beginning a fresh cycle of something. It may require, though, because of Cancer, like forgiveness, empathy, compassion, you know, healing of something family related or with particular members of your family, parents, children, because Cancer is like a mother sign, you know, it's like a parent sign, or it's a representative of parents. And each zodiac sign sort of rules something. And for Cancer, that would be like family and stuff. Again, particularly parents, and maybe even more specifically, mother. The moon is like that too, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is a very feminine sign, energy rather, and very nurturing and mother-like. I don't know how else to say it. Now, in addition to that, there's specific body parts that are associated with the sign of Cancer as well. And those would be like one's chest or breasts, stomach, and you could be nurturing one of those areas, or maybe somebody had some sort of ailment or illness that's been treated. They're in recovery, and we're moving into, again, a new positive energy and phase, and working on getting well. And to that end, I've shuffled these cards, and they sort of seem to have shown up in that same vein and theme. So this is a deck that I don't pull out often. When I do, I have to like read from the book. Well, I don't have to, but I like to sometimes. I can give intuitive messages, of course, but I like to see what the book has to say sometimes. And I pulled it out today to see what the book has to say, one for each archetype at the end. But to begin with this card, the Swan, I can tell you from memory what it's about. It's very much tied to meditation. Oh, wow. And yoga. And, like self-healing. And it tells us that we're on like the right path, and we're not going to get off the path. Like we're going to move from a space and cycle of hope to one of attainment, where we're actually achieving our goals. So just like stay the course is what this Swan card is mostly about. But that requires meditation, yoga, manifestation, law of attraction, focused intention, keeping your eye on the prize, and all those things. Can also be, look what I'm doing. Now this is also upright. Gifts received. And so that kind of goes together, because like I just said, that this is about staying on the course from hope to attainment and actually manifesting and receiving these things. This card with all this green is reminding me of the moon that we experienced in between these two lunar cycles as well. So these two Cancer new moons, in the middle of them, we had a Capricorn full moon and lunar eclipse. And that's what all this green is attracting me to, or making me think of the energy of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is the opposite axis or the mirror sign to Cancer. From the book, this card also tells us that the universe is trying to give us something. Like trying to give you more abundance, trying to give you more love, trying to give you more healing, trying to give you more personal growth. And it also says that sometimes those things can come like in unexpected ways, or maybe through unexpected people or channels. Now, what I'm also noticing is that this is card number 13, a 4, or 1111, or master number 22, right, when you add it up. And so is this. Card number 67 also equals 13 or 4, 11, 11. So I think that's pretty cool too. All right, so this is the Healing Angels, I think it's called, Oracle. Something like that. Doesn't matter what it's called. This card is called Healing Away Addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael, who is the Archangel of Healing, to help you with this healing. Again, from the Ascended Masters deck, meditate with Buddha. And then from the numerology deck, we are beginning with 7 for personal growth. And I thought that was pretty cool because, again, the new moon occurred at 1:33 p.m. That equals 7. Underneath it, also upright, is card number 85, which is another 13 or 4, 11, 11. Follow your dreams underneath the personal growth. So I think on that note, I'm going to put these away because, like I said, I'm going to pull one at the end for each archetype. We'll shuffle them again, and then we'll pull one and we'll read from the book, at least a summary, to see what that might add, maybe in addition to my, psychic or intuitive messages. And for right now, I might use all 3 of these, but let me start with Ascended Masters. I'll give him 3 shuffles. Open into crystals. Oh, I do want to tell you that when I shuffled before, I must have seen probably about 5 times that buffalo card, white buffalo calf woman. And my viewers know that when I see that card, it tends to be about actual death. The fact that it was in reverse, I'm going to say the same thing that I said to you. I think maybe, if not at the last Cancer reading, then the Capricorn reading, that I think it'll be more, like national or global, like celebrities or something else sensational, rather than somebody close to you necessarily passing. And if somebody that you know, that you do know more closely, does pass, I think that they would be older. Like somebody that has not that it's easy at any time to lose anybody that we know, but somebody that has led and lived a full life. But I expect, again, more so like people that you don't know, that's on a larger scale for the collective. Because it turned up several times, but each time it was upside down. So that made me feel positive about it. Anyway, find the blessings in your current situation. Opposite meditation. Work your magic. And clear and shield your energy. Fertility, says Pan. This is also very Capricorn. This even looks like a goat man, right? I think Pan is a goat man. And Capricorn is represented by a sea goat. All right, so that should be good. We're going to end with fertility. And drink more water. So that always tells me there's some sort of ascension period going on. So, like, definitely drink more water. Like, take it literally. You need the water when there's ascension. And trust. So I think this is like trust the process. Okay. The first card will represent divine being or couple. And it is go now. Says Serapis Bay. Maybe something that we had been hesitant to start, or something that within divine timing is meant to start now. The Spirit saying, go ahead, get going on it. Recent past. Purification. This could be literal too for some people. Some sort of detox or something in the recent past. Baptism even, I'm seeing. Getting something off your chest, even like a weight coming off, whatever means by which you may have done that. Near future. Detach from drama. You know that you don't have to give your energy to anything negative. People can try to draw you in, but we are in control of our actions and our reactions. We're not in control of karmic energy. We're not in control of other people's energy, but we are in control of our actions and our reactions. So detach from drama whenever possible. Near future, something may come up. And it could be with family. It could be attached to leaving, going, maybe moving away from family. Go now, detach from drama. Leaving some sort of relationship alone. If it's not like physically moving, again, like cutting yourself off from something or someone. Masculine's higher self. Choose peace. So he's being guided to not only detach from drama, but to make that extra effort to make up with somebody. Like I said, there could be forgiveness, compassion, empathy necessary with this new moon. Us coming into contact with people, with relationship, with situations where we're going to have to decide to not only detach from drama, but yeah, choose peace in order to facilitate some sort of healing of the situation. Blocks to individual or shared progress. Distractions. The need to stay focused has been what has been blocking us. We've been getting distracted and not keeping our eyes on the prize, like I said, and remaining focused on that intention that we're trying to manifest. That the law of attraction requires that, right? That's what it asks of us in order to work. What the feminine can do to help herself. Crystals. I think last month it was the masculine that could use crystals. Different crystals work for different things, but some that are like a safe bet for most things. Citrine, quartz, clear. Rose quartz, if you want to focus more so on love. Amber. I say amethyst. That's a general one too. I mean, there are many, but those you can pretty much use for everything. What the masculine can do to help himself. This is a very masculine card too. Focus upon your strengths. So again, it's that direction. Not only stay focused, but specifically on what you're good at and where your strengths lie. Well, the universe would have each archetype, feminine and masculine, or both, to focus on, and the universe even wants to help us with, so that we're successful. But because we have free will, we have to allow it to help us. It is persistence. So so that we don't get distracted again, right? Be persistent, remain focused. Universe is saying, I can help you with that if we'll let them. And the outcome. Yes, from Ganesh. That means Lord Ganesha saying, yes, I will remove the obstacles that are in front of you that have been blocking you if you go ahead and follow these steps. So what I'll do now, we have a beautiful spread in front of us, is what people, I was going to say people, but I know one woman in particular who has sort of been copying me. Has called layering. It's just something I've been doing on YouTube when nobody else was for about 4 or 5 years now. So I'm going to do it for you now with this deck. Heal Away Addictions. I don't know if I've ever used these two decks together, but we're going to today. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. So I'll shuffle these like 3 times too. First opening to Earth Angel. You are a light worker who's come to Earth to teach about love. Earth Angel. Cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear away any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. Earth Angel. And lastly, you are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Okay. Divine being or couple. So clarifying go now. Manifestation power. Use your special gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Just as I've been saying, right? Recent past, a top purification, sacral chakra. This again could be literal too. Somebody could have really been working on purifying the sacral chakra, maybe even doing like yoni steam or some other ritual. I talked a couple of weeks ago actually about the masculine seeming to have some sort of like intimacy block, and we talked about maybe like 2-3 general readings ago. So people could have definitely been working on that area. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. What does that sound like? Not only purification, but detach from drama. But clarifying detach from drama, near future, integrity. Align your actions so that they match with your values and your inner knowingness of what's right for you. So to get more specific about this, for some people, it could involve something like gossip or misinformation, disinformation, and there's a need to like maybe clear your name or something. And the way to do that is perhaps by not allowing your energy to get any more involved, by just pulling away from it. Masculine's higher self, atop choose peace. Also shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. So this is also to help you in choosing peace. Like if you can't seem to muster up the strength and confidence to do it, it's saying like protect yourself with healing light and then go for it. Go now. Blocks to individual or shared progress, because this could be a divine being or you could be looking at it from the perspective of a couple. Atop stay focused. I can't make this up, how the cards seem to, align perfectly with one another from a completely different deck. If you get nervous, focus on service is clarifying stay focused. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. What the feminine can do to help herself, in addition to, or maybe in clarification of crystals, vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. So like I said, Archangel Raphael is the archangel of healing. So that would be specifically why you're calling upon, and he can heal any area. So like you can call upon him to heal your finances or whatever, and like, your love life. He's also the guardian of like the heart chakra. So any of that. Archangel Michael is really the only angel that is referred to as an archangel in the scriptures. So it's like said to be the only one that God actually refers to as an archangel is Archangel Michael, leader of his army. And Michael actually means he who is like God. So you can call on Archangel Michael for pretty much any and everything, because he's like, think about him as being like as close to God as any other entity that could assist you might be. That was for the feminine. What the masculine can do to help himself, in addition to focusing upon his strengths, is also making use of his power animal. Do you know what your power animal spirit guide is? Some of you may not know what it is, and first, should look into it. But your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with the situation. What the universe would like us both to do in order to help ourselves and wants to help us with, making use of your throat chakra. So speaking up. The angels are helping you to lovingly speak your truth. And outcome atop yes and knocking down the obstacles is release. Again, work with Archangel Michael to let go of whatever no longer serves you. So these are obstacles too, like getting them out of your way. They don't serve your purpose. Ask him to help you get it out of your way. So in this case, Lord Ganesha is going to help you to do that. And in this case, we're asking Archangel Michael to help us do that. And now we'll do the same thing again with the numerology deck. Again, beginning with personal growth. So I'll shuffle these 3 times too. First opening to 44, an environment. So it's a very earth energy card and has to do with our surroundings, the people, places, and things with which we surround ourselves. The number 4, also representative of the archangels, and most specifically, Michael. More green. Card number 14, and moderation. So this is like balance. And actually in the tarot, card number 14 is temperance, which is sometimes called balance in some decks. And card number 91, surrender. And from there, we'll see what these cards may add to these messages, or perhaps they'll give us brand new separate messages. We'll see. Beginning with the same placement of divine being or couple. Leadership. So here we have manifestation power and go now, leadership. So not only go now, but like feel comfortable going first, leading the way, or being the lone wolf that goes. Nobody else is going. You're the only one. You're going. Recent past, atop sacral chakra and purification. Love. Love would be attached to the sacral chakra as well. You know, in addition to the heart chakra. That may have been, again, what you were working on purifying, or maybe you didn't even work on it, but just releasing of negative emotions, things like regret and resentment and the inability to forgive. Like you're moving on to a place where now you are open to forgiving and compassion and empathy. That in itself is purifying. Near future, atop integrity and detached from drama. Health. So you could be doing it not only to, because you got to maintain your integrity. That's like super important. But not only that, like for your health, you could be pulling away from, you know, like foolishness and BS, you know, maybe things like blood pressure, headaches, just, you know, being pulled down into a low vibe. The way that, have you ever felt that, experienced that? It just doesn't feel good. So that's one of the reasons why you have to avoid the drama, is to protect your health. Masculine's higher self, atop shield yourself, and what was his other card? Choose peace, right? How could I forget that? Rebirth. This card has a death feel and sound to it, like Major Arcana card Death from the tarot, card number 13, which represents the sign of Scorpio most directly. And I'm feeling that this could definitely be tied to, currently, one of Scorpio's rulers, Pluto, the main one, is retrograde in Capricorn. And the other, Mars, is located in Leo. And I'm thinking that this could very much be tied to, I'm seeing like the Leo, the fiery in the middle is what is the way it's coming through to me. But like that this other part is representative of the Pluto. And Pluto rules, I'm getting drawn back to this health too. Pluto, in terms of health, and physicality, is attached to hormones, fingernails, toenails, skin ailments, maybe things like eczema, other types of rashes, weird rashes could be popping up with people. Actually, it's funny. I just took my daughter yesterday to the doctor about a rash that I thought was eczema. The doctor agreed, but she is in fact a Scorpio. So that's interesting. Hay fever, asthma, which those can come sort of go hand in hand with things like eczema too, and other skin rashes. Cancer cells, tumors, hormones, all of these things can be tied in with the energy of Scorpio and Pluto. So if you're dealing with anything like that, be mindful, and that may be why you need to shield your energy or choose peace. Maybe it's again to not only to quell a situation, but to protect your own health. And then in terms of more emotional or spiritual stuff, Pluto gets into like the depths. Not like Neptune, but still it gets into like the depths, and maybe things that we've tried to push away and not deal with that could be coming up. Also, there's a saying with Pluto that's or with death that says like you die many times like before you die, and so there's this idea of us constantly, like that T.I. song, "The Old Me Is Dead and Gone," this restarting and having a rebirth. Masculine definitely could be going through that. I sort of allocate like 2 weeks to these moon readings because that's around the amount of time before another major moon cycle occurs. But this could be, you could be feeling this for a while longer. And actually this time, this major moon cycle, I think it may end sooner. I don't remember when the next event is. I think it's like early August though. In any case, for at least like 2 weeks, masculine could be going through this like reinvention. It could be very, very fast, very, very quickly, just feeling him constantly changing until he emerges, having rebirth as who he's meant to be in this new cycle. Or well, yeah, I think that's it. I lost whatever else I was going to think of. All right, blocks to individual, blocks to individual or shared progress. Atop, if you get nervous if you get nervous, focus on service. And the other card was called like focused intention or something. Stay focused. All right, so our block was having become distracted and not knowing on what to focus. So clarifying that maybe a little bit further, some of us specifically need to focus on financial discipline. And that can go either way, I'm feeling. Like it doesn't have to mean, like the need to focus on financial discipline doesn't have to mean that you have been misusing money or mismanaging money. It just means that in this period, we need to pay attention to how we manage it, period. And maybe not doing that has been a block. So stay focused. Also, if you're trying to focus on an intention of manifesting money toward you, then you need to focus on your relationship with money, how you think about money. Is it something that you are convinced in your depths that you can draw to you? Or do you have a poor relationship to it, even spiritually? That may be something you have to work on. How the feminine can help herself. Atop, vacuum away fear and crystals. Healing. They're being very specific this time, right? Just to the point. She can help herself with healing. Or by focusing on her healing and working on her, nurturing yourself. What the masculine can do to help himself. Wow. Self-discipline. Self-discipline underneath the financial discipline. So that may mean that the masculine has even more of a need to have this focused intention with the financial discipline. Maybe like in the spirit of tradition and like being a provider and leader of a family or something. That may be why. I mean, they can also be looked at as two separate items. They are two separate items, but you know, two separate, wholly separate things too. Self-discipline and financial discipline. And then you just need to work on both. And your power animal, again, can help you with this, as well as focusing upon your strengths. That's going to help you with the self-discipline as well. What the universe would have each or both of us to do, and even wants to help us with in order for us to help ourselves, is synchronicity. Universe wanting to show us signs and patterns and syncs as messages. Other messages can come too. This may be an intense time, especially since we're talking about Cancer. So water sign, definitely things could be coming in your dreams. In addition to that, like I was saying, Pluto is in retrograde. He can contribute to it. Neptune is also in retrograde in Pisces, which is really the sign of dreams and our deepest, deepest depths, and you know, our deepest, deepest loves and unconditional love and all that kind of stuff. So all of this is happening at the same time. Mars, the planet of action and aggression, which is in part a ruler of, like I said, water sign Scorpio, currently located in the fiery sign of Leo, where the sun is also located, where the moon will be located soon. So it's really saying, you go. And Leo is the sign of strength in the tarot, or strength represents Leo in the tarot. So power animal, at least for some of you, is probably a lion. And or there could be something attached to an actual Leo person, maybe yourself, or, you know, a Leo could be significant, or a Leo and or a lion to some of the masculine. And the outcome, a top release, and yes, love partnership. Oh, wow. I love that. So the rest will be advice. And we'll give this one a shuffle 3 times too. Right, you guys realize that all of those cards fell like in perfect placement after being shuffled in front of you, right? I just love how that happens. I'm so thankful to Spirit for the answers all the time. I was just talking about dreaming and open to card number 51. Dream a little. So that's a little gift from Neptune, I think, and the energy of Pisces. All right, Swan is back. Opening to card number 21. She is the moon. So this is super feminine. I would say about surrender, and certainly showing up here to represent that Cancer full moon and that feminine energy, no, new moon rather, and that feminine energy. One more shuffle. Spiral Dance of the Goddess, card number 29. That sounds very feminine as well. And we end up with that as our overall energy. And then this card for the masculine and this card for the feminine. Actually, I should leave these for last because I'm going to read them. So from the Ascended Masters to the masculine, positive change. I think it comes with these deaths. Again, as long as you protect your energy, be mindful of your health and your integrity. That positive change coming for you. For the feminine, Teacher. I was just saying something about tradition. And this is coming through very Hierophant-like, which the Hierophant represents the sign of Taurus most directly. It is like a teacher energy, or for me, it can be at least. Hierophant is very much about tradition. It's about contracts. For me, it's also often about the people, places, and things with which we surround ourselves, and the need to make adjustments sometimes to that, similar to what we were talking about with detach from drama. I'm getting something about being taught a lesson. I don't know if you're going to teach somebody a lesson or if you're going to learn a lesson. Whomever is getting the lesson, let's just hope it's not the hard way. From these, I don't remember what the name of this deck is. I think it's called Healing Angels or something. I forget. Cancel, clear, delete. Use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. Isn't that exactly what I said? I said this is attached to past negative emotions. So I began to list some. But again, it's things like regret, resentment, that inability to forgive that I mentioned, guilt, blame, pride, ego, all of that. So releasing those and releasing fear, even though it can be scary, to release the fear and get your confidence up so that you can choose peace. You may even need to be the one to initiate something. That could be what the choosing peace is. Go now, right, to initiate something. But shield yourself, protect yourself in healing light, for so that you're not vulnerable to your vibe being brought down, right? Being mindful of your health also. To the feminine, mediumship. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. That may be another reason why that the white buffalo calf woman showed up in reverse, because it's death or representative of someone who's passed away, but in the past. This is somebody who's already departed, not that you're going to lose somebody now. They too can show up in dreams. You might want to keep a dream journal by your bed. Masculine, communication. What I say, you might need to initiate something, or integrity could be about gossip or something, and something might need to be cleared up. Might need to clear your name or something like that. Communication. Make sure the lines are open. 3s represent the ascended masters. Also creativity, abundance. All of that can be born of the communication. Ty brings me back to Gemini in the beginning of the conversation, where I was saying I feel like Gemini is heavily involved because it's the true node. Gemini is, of course, the great communicator of the zodiac, ruled by the communication planet Mercury. Boom. There's the compassion I said would also be necessary at this time. Feminine, it looks like we may especially need to have some. Maybe when somebody comes to us vulnerable to choose peace, to initiate something, we have to be open to receiving it with compassion. And lastly, from the Journey of Love Oracle, for the masculine, card number 25, Seed of the Heart. And for the feminine, card number 66. Didn't we just get a card number 66? Sure did. What the feminine can do for herself. Card number 66, healing. Here it's called Coming Together. It looks very Mars and Venus, doesn't it? With the blue. And I can see like a female face and stuff in here too. Is it just me? In this one, with the blue, that's the Venus. And then all the red, that's the Mars. Let me turn to these pages. So for the masculine's card, Seed of the Heart. Oh, you know what? Let me get the stand too for this part. Seed of the heart. Can anybody, or should I put it lower? Okay. Within each one of us is a divine seed of love waiting to blossom into fulfillment. We don't always know what type of blossom we shall be. However, and sometimes if we try to figure it out in advance, the blossoming itself can cause us anxiety, pain, and fear. That sounds like the masculine's cards that he has here, right? I talked about him being like born again over and over again. It says we're waiting to blossom. We don't always know into what we're going to blossom, you know, so it's like a rebirth of each time, but it can be blocked or impacted by fear, which was that other card that told him that he needs to protect his energy. Anyway, this happens because it's taking us into an unknown, unexpected direction. We may even fear that the direction we're headed in is away from our life path and purpose, as if that were even possible. Well, we know that that's especially not possible for us because the first card with which I began was the swan, and that one is specifically about being on the appropriate path. The seed in the heart arises as guidance when we are unfolding in a new manifestation of the divine light within. It comes as encouragement to trust, to surrender, to allow, and to be open, unthinking, and ready for the unexpected as possible. To grow healthy. Just and if you have ever seen a blade of grass pushing up through a crack in the pavement, then you'll know that when something is meant to grow to the light, it will do so, even against the most apparently insurmountable odds. This oracle brings you guidance. The right conditions are being brought to you. The most perfect support for your own divine blossoming. Trust. Know that the seed in your heart knows how to grow, and life supports it. It is also a sign that something in your relationship is sprouting, a new energy. Don't be afraid to try new ways of relating now, as your life energy supports it. And for the feminine, coming together. Card number 66. You and another soul are coming into each other's worlds. It is a karmic destiny that is unfolding, an expression of a divine plan set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny may have a romantic purpose. It may have a sacredness that is sexual, like the sacral chakra. Maybe that's why we had to prepare in the recent past, right? It may have a sacredness that is creative, tender, about learning, teacher, or about self-esteem or courage. Leo, lion, maybe. It may bring a gift. We just had something about a gift too. There was a card about a gift giving. Oh, we saw that in the beginning of the reading. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship and loyalty, or be an expression of a pushing flash of divine force that shakes your foundations and helps to move you out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small. The coming together is happening, however. Know it is of love. This oracle brings guidance. You're going to be moved by love, whether it's long-term or fast and furious. It is love and it has meaning. Let it be what it is and don't try to force it to become what you think it must be. It has worth, as do you. Enjoy the experience and know that it serves your growth. That's one of the cards we started with in the beginning too, card number 7, personal growth. And that's the end. Then they have a little poem here. Two energy patterns came together, a shared frequency in a field of possibilities, and there was resonance. Hope you guys have enjoyed this Cancer new moon reading, the second one we've had this month. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the button. If you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. If you think you're already a subscriber, please check to make sure that you are. And if you're not, hit both the subscribe button and the bell button. People fall off and they don't realize that they've been unsubscribed by YouTube. It's a whole fucked up thing. It happens. It sucks for me. It sucks for you. So yeah, check. And if you don't mind commenting, sharing, subscribing, liking, all the things that they insist one must do in order to make their, their program work, I would surely appreciate it. Namaste.